I'm your host Waveney, and every week I bring you tips and strategies that are geared towards connecting, inspiring, and influencing you to being the best in your career and your personal life. And welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, I am so happy that you're here. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell that notifies you when I release a video. And if you're not new, hi. So, are you ready to get on the same wavelength? Great. Alrighty. If you're not aware, this month my theme is personal growth or self-development, and I'll be speaking on topics around that. Last week I spoke about valuing yourself. It's a really great video. I encourage you to go and look at it, especially tip number 3. You're going to get a lot of value from that. But this week I want to speak about why and give you 3 reasons why I don't regret not going to college or university, whichever one you refer to it. So let me first start by saying that I did want to go to university. I did wanted to go to university after I finished with sixth form. Well, I didn't really finish. I did 1 year. I wanted to be a psychologist, and I wanted to attend UVI, which is the University of the Virgin Islands. But what happened was my dad died, finances, so that went through the window, and I had to put that dream on the back burner. But even way back then, I had an interest in people. And so as when I was preparing for this, and this video, let me preface that by saying this video is meant to encourage those persons who feel as though they need certain things to get to a certain place. They may feel inadequate. There are a lot of persons that I know, they've dropped out of high school, or I shouldn't say dropped out of high school. They didn't get the opportunity to finish high school, or they may be like me, they didn't get the opportunity to go to university, and they're now in certain positions and they feel inadequate. And growing up in the Caribbean, you know, people place a lot of value on, oh, you finish with school and you go away to study and you come back and you have a degree, or you hear people in circles saying, oh, that person have a degree. And so there's this thing, and there are certain myths have a title, myths about people who have degrees, and I'm here to just shatter those myths. And I'm really hoping that this will encourage you. This is not knocking anybody who has a degree. If you do have a degree, proud of you. You've done the work, and don't stop there. Your learning doesn't stop there, by the way. But this is for persons who may fall in any of those brackets that I mentioned before. So let me jump into the tips. So the reasons. So reason number 1 why I am grateful that I don't regret, sorry, that I didn't go to university, is that 1, it is the learning I received by my experience. It is said that experience is the greatest teacher, and it is true. I can testify to that. It is the truth. I don't think that if I hadn't been in the position to have those experiences that I did, that I would be a strong HR professional. And so because I didn't attend university, I learned all that I could about the profession, and I learned hands-on. And this may be true for you, whether I don't know what your occupation is, but experience is the best teacher. And even for those of you who have been to university, experience is the best teacher, which is why a lot of the times when I am recruiting and I may have someone that has a degree, and I said to them, we don't pay you for your degree. We're not government, you know. We really, in the hospitality field, really, we pay people based on experience. Your degree is an add-on, but really in the hospitality field, it's about experience. And I think this is true for any industry, that there's some industries, yes, you need that degree. Um, and it's an add-on, yes. But I know persons that have lots of experience, are in great jobs, are in great roles, and they don't have a degree. And sometimes you find people, they do that afterwards, after the fact. Like for example, me, I got my HR certifications, like what, in 2010, 14? No, 13, I think. Either 2013 or 2014, I got my HR certification, right? After being there for so many years. So you can't take away the experience. It's a great teacher. Life is not black and white. It's filled with a lot of gray area. It's filled with a lot of nuances. And so experience teaches you that. Like, for example, I was facilitating or training, learning how to be a trainer, even before I was certified to be one. Okay? And that's something that nobody could take away from me. I was creating trainings even before I had the knowledge of the theory and all that stuff. That's something no one can take away from you. And this is something that I often tell people. When you have the experience, nobody can take it away from you. No one can take it away from you. So if you're looking at this and you're feeling badly because of your education, relish the fact that you have been educated, you have experience, and there are people out there that wish that they had that. So that's just the first reason I'm happy for. The second reason is that by not going to university, it has helped with my self-confidence. And what do I mean by that? Just going back to the example that I gave before, learning by experience, being in the trenches, experiencing HR from that perspective has really developed my self-confidence, to the fact that if I am presented with an issue, even if I don't know the answer, I either know where to find it, I can find a resource, or I can come back and think about it and present a great answer, a great solution. And I am very, very confident in that. And you should be that way too, because when you have that experience, you draw from your experiences. Okay? In addition to that, developing my self confidence, it has allowed me to be a better leader. It has allowed me to be a better coach, because lots of the times people come to me and they cannot see themselves. They cannot see their abilities. They're not able to see their capabilities. They maybe where once I was a young person, ambitious, driven, but in a new role and unsure, and I am able to help them. And so I am able to connect, empathize, and help them in a way that somebody else, without having gone through my experience, maybe if it was someone who just came out of university, there are some questions they may not be asked. They may ask the wrong thing. They may say the wrong thing. And so I am grateful because I've had that opportunity to really help people build their self-confidence and self-worth, and help them to see that they can do this, okay, without all those things that they think that they need. The third thing that not going to university, why I'm grateful for, is that it has really helped me to see that there are so many myths in society. I'm not saying that word correctly, but so many false assumptions, let's use that, in society where you grow up and you hear people saying, well, you need a degree to do this, or you need a degree to do that. Or if you don't have a degree, you can't earn this, or you can't earn that, or you can't have this position, or you can't have that position. And it's a lot of can'ts, and that's not true. And this is one of the reasons I really wanted to do this. This is totally not true. It is not true that if you don't have a degree, you can't reach a certain way in life. Okay? You probably can't be a doctor, right? But I'm not talking about those professions. And it is not true that if you don't have a degree that you can't earn as much as somebody else. That is not true. And in my experience, that has not been true. And people, say these things, and we buy into these things, and they're not true. It's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of you can't, and for a while, that has happened to me. That's what my thinking was, because I don't have a degree, I'm less than, or I don't have this, or I can't attain this, and it is not true. I consider myself to be a very successful person. I consider myself to be very knowledgeable in my craft. And this is one of the message. If you don't remember anything I said today, I want you to remember this, that you can be anything and you can do anything, and the restrictions or the cards that life has dealt you has nothing to do with anything. The only difference is between somebody who's stuck or somebody who moves forward is mindset. And all this is about having a growth mindset. If you have a growth mindset, you're going to reach very far. With a degree or without a degree, because you have some persons who, yes, they have a degree and they just sit on it and they never do anything. They never they never try and see what is an industry trend, what's going on. It would be like me. I'm an HR professional, and it would be like, okay, I have my HR certification, so I'm not going to follow up what's going on. I can't do that. And I won't, because I don't have that mindset. It's about having a growth mindset. So if you're into food and beverage, you need to understand what are the trends in the industry. If you are a mechanic, if you are even a doctor, and this idea, this memory just popped into mind. When my hair was relaxed, I had a great hairdresser, and one of the things I loved about her is every year she would go to a trade show so she could hone in on her craft, she could perfect it, she knew what industry trends were, and that is because she had a growth mindset. And really all it is, it's a mindset. And I'm encouraging you today to have a growth mindset. Don't let anybody tell you because you don't have X, Y, and Z that you can't be this or that. It is not true. It is not true. And the world is filled with examples like that, like Mark Zuckerberg, who did not finish university, or I want to say Steve Jobs, but I'm not sure. But there's so many persons who are successful, people that you've heard about, so many Hollywood stars that when you listen to their stories, somebody is telling them what they can't do. People always like to tell people what they can't do. I don't want you to listen to that. I want you to know that you can be a success in anything that you put your mind to. And the reason why I chose this topic is because I know growing up in the Caribbean, there's a lot of focus on, do you have a degree, or you don't have a degree, and all that stuff. So I want to tell you that once you have a growth mindset, you will be fine, because you're not going to allow yourself to settle. You're going to continuously read and grow. And if it is that really and truly you want to then eventually get a degree, then you will do so. And if you don't, that's fine, but you will find other ways to grow and hone your craft. And so I really hope that this message inspires you. I really hope it encourages you, it uplifts you. If you need to be coached by me, send me an email at hellowaveney@thepeople'sbrand.skn.com, or send me on WhatsApp at 663-3356. I'll be more than happy to help you, to discuss further with you, and I will see you next week on another Wavelength Wednesdays. Bye.